Well, let's take a look at the team news. Everton without Pinar, Yobo and Yakubu, who are out in Africa. Andy Johnson has picked up a training ground knock and can't play. So Victor Anichebe leads the front line. Nuno Valente comes in at the back. While most importantly, Mikel Arteta returns from suspension to provide his guile and inventiveness. Well, Manchester City have no concerns with the African nations, but Sven has decided to make a change from the side that played at West Ham in the FA Cup to accommodate the brilliant Brazilian Ilano, City's top scorer this season. Stephen Ireland is the man to make way. He's on the bench. Mexican striker Nery Castillo makes his Premier League debut, while Richard Dunn and Michael Ball return to the club where they cut their teeth. Ball for the first time. So a Northwest derby of mounting significance towards the top end of the Barclays Premier League. Both these sides in with a shout of joining Europe's elite next season, and it is a derby match that is usually pretty keenly contested, and Gordon McQueen alongside me to enjoy it, and we've seen evidence of that early on. Yeah, I think it is a big test, particularly for Everton. Davy Moyes' squad really stretched today with the players that you've mentioned away at the African Cup of Nations. Yakubu in particular scored a lot of goals here at home and here at Goodison Park, Everton. But no Yakubu, no Andy Johnson today either. Anichebe in, see what the youngster can do. Player that's very highly thought of here at Goodison. But certainly, resources stretched. No Yobo, no Pinia, who's been playing particularly well this season. And up against the Manchester City side, until recently, well, the form away from home, a real disappointment. Although I did watch the last away game at St James's Park, and it was a victory for Manchester City, and an impressive one as well. Phil Neville, there's a little bit of enmity between him and Manchester City. Launches it in there. Cahill looking to rise and meet it. His aerial presence has often been a big factor in Everton's success since his arrival. His flick on again. Anichebe battling. City able to see the danger out thanks to Ilano. This is Neville. Fadden trying to pick it up. Joe Hart getting his first feel of the ball this afternoon. The meeting this season ended level with drama right at the end. Michael Richards equaliser late on, salvaging a point for City. Joey Lescott hoping to shut the City side out this afternoon. Well, we weren't quite sure today how Manchester City would accommodate Castillo, but it looks like he's playing through the middle with Vassell in something of a wider role, playing the favoured formation, which is three up front, Petrov on the left, it's Vassell on the right today, and Castillo through the middle, time being. This is Ilano. Cahill will be penalised for that. Well, Ilano, well, it was over a bit easier than that, but he was a player that, well, normally likes to play just in behind the striker. He might not be able to be so adventurous as he's been most of this season. Another successful Sven-Göran Eriksson signing. Spent a lot of money to Summer City, but spent it well. Chorluka, Richards and Dunn gathered towards the back stick here. Castillo on the edge of the box as Ilano delivers. It's Dunn coming in. Get a touch, but it's a big day for him as well as Michael Ball returning to Everton Football Club. It's over 7 years since he left the club where he made his professional bow. Still has a huge place in his heart. It's won by Arteta. He has a huge place in the hearts of most around Goodison Park. Looking for McFadden, but he'd strayed offside anyway. It's Chorluka's touch. His new central midfield role in recent weeks. Well, I mentioned Eriksson's signings. Ilano successful. For me, to look at the best of the lot, play either full-back positions, a role that he occupied earlier in the season, and a role that he played very well, but he's slotted very smoothly into the centre of the park now for Manchester City. Young player, certainly very talented. Still only 21, but he's got plentiful experience alongside him in Didi Hamann. It's away by Jagielka. Cahill robbed by Hamann, but he'll get it back. Arteta battling with Chorluka and winning in the end. This is Cahill. Castillo looking to apply a little bit of pressure, but Jolyon Lescott comfortable enough. Up goes Dunn in the duel with Cahill. Luka under some pressure, and it paid off. Neville. Here's Arteta again. One or two appeals for a handling offence, pretty muted ones to be fair.
Some doubt about the goalkeeping position at Manchester City early in the season, but Joe Hart in now. Sven's number one.
Valente, one of those returning to the side today, preparing to take the throw. Haven't had too much football this season. It's won by Carsley. Now Chorluka to Ilano. Fadden looking to bring under some duress and did enough. The man under this.
I think McFadden will be a player just at this moment in time with Yakubu away in the African Cup of Nations, maybe try to establish himself in this Everton side, make himself first choice, something he's not been able to do as yet.
Richards managing to bottle that danger up, but Hart's clearance falling straight to an Everton foot. Here's Arteta. Tony Hibbert. 10 City players behind the ball. This is Carsley. Arteta trying to use a little twinkle toe touch to make his way forward, but here's Didi Hamann. Now Petrov, who does have the potential to turn this game. Some of his talents already on a number of occasions.
I think it's important for Manchester City and Everton for that matter, but certainly Manchester City to improve in their away form. You know, if they're thinking about getting in anywhere near that top four, plenty of talent on the side, capable of doing it, but need to improve away from home.
City only 2 wins to their credit so far, as we've already mentioned. The second coming in the first game of the new year for them at Newcastle. Everton have suffered 3 defeats on this ground, all to the established members of the Big Four: United, Arsenal and Liverpool. That one rankling the most without question. This is Arteta. Neville. He's also getting welcome from the City fans. Valente not quite up to speed there, it's fair to say.
Well, just lifted his head before he controlled the ball, looking forward to see who he was going to pass the ball to, but forgot about the ball coming to him, just rolled under his foot.
Looking to set Vassell away here. Shooting opportunity, Jagielka's block. There's a telling one. Arteta looking to set Everton on the move. This is McFadden. Now Arteta. They use Carsley. Making his 450th appearance today in his career. He's been a tremendous servant to Everton. And cutting that out easily. Cahill in to win it back and play McFadden in. Richard Dunn with an important piece of defending. He has been so assured in this campaign.
He's been fantastic. I mean, every time I watch City, I just think he's a player that's improving. One of the outstanding central defenders in the Premier League. I maybe thought when Distan left, which was a terrific partnership, Dunn and Distan, he might suffer a bit. But Richards slotted in alongside him. And it's a really formidable partnership.
Castillo, Ilano, Vassell. Trying to find a way through, and Castillo certainly was vehement with his appeal against Valente for a possible handball there. Richard's slip does not prove costly.
Yeah, Castillo, a big shout there to the assistant referee. But it wasn't a penalty.
So Lescott to win that, but Ball will step in, and now Petrov. With another errant pass. McFadden. Valente trying to provide some support, but Haman able to step in. The job he's done so effectively down the years.
Well, he just turns into trouble there, McFadden. I mean, Valente's made the run forward, showed a willingness to get forward. He's expecting James McFadden to roll the ball to him and doesn't. Here's the earlier one. Strong shouts by Alano and Vassell over the assistant referee. Was that handball with the full-back? I don't think so.
A fair few appeals already in the game. This is Didi Haman. Certainly didn't expect to be playing as many games as he has done this season. Started 22 before today. He's searching ball, it's that man Haman again.
He's played an important part for Manchester City this year, but we're talking about a player with a vast amount of experience, played at the very, very top level. We're talking about Liverpool, Bayern Munich, and of course at international level with Germany.
Castillo. Tata stepping in. Ahead of Chorluka there. Always a buzz of anticipation when he gets the ball at Goodison Park. Size up his options. Jagielka. Almost. Let Petrov in there, that could have been interesting. Hibbert keeping it in. Cahill. Arteta. Cute one into Anichebe. Trying to hold it up. Cahill! Great save, Hearts. Great clearance, Richards. And what a miss by Cahill. Well, some scramble there in the City box.
Well, fantastic bit of goalkeeping here by Joe Hart. Really is a wonderful save. Thinks he's cleared the danger. Falls back to Arteta. And he should be backing in here, trying to set up Cahill. It's a terrific save. Falls beautifully into the path of Cahill. Just roll that into the empty net. Goalkeeper's beat. And whacks it over the crossbar. What a great bit of goalkeeping there. Now, what a chance that is.
One side not able to find their way through at the moment. But David Moyes, his 10th anniversary since he became a manager at Preston. Seeing his side create the one glaring opening so far. There's always potentially going to be a tight tussle between two sides pushing for the same goal.
I know it was difficult to break down as well. City have mentioned the form of Dunn and Richards this season, and I've seen the form of the goalkeeper. Pulled off one great save in this match already.
This is Julian Lescott. I've got a quarter of an hour in this first half for someone to find an opening, and Cahill has peeled away. Arteta. Hibbert. Deflected behind off Chorluka, but some suggestions an arm was involved.
Well, it is well, just stops the cross coming in. That's all you can do when you're a wide player. Make sure the ball doesn't come into the box. It's at the expense of a corner taken by Arteta. His delivery so far from these positions has been excellent.
There's Arteta's delivery. Vassell rose to it. Neville. Arteta can try again. He's drilled it, and Lescott has turned it in. Well, Everton have the lead in this Northwest derby, and Julian Lescott back on the score sheet. His sixth of a very productive campaign.
Well, it doesn't picked up inside the 6-yard box. Really poor defending by Manchester City. The Arteta corner, it's not quite clear. Vassell hits out to Neville, knocks it back into the path of Arteta here. But look at the space Julian Lescott gets here. He's played onside. Some of the City veterans looking round. Thought maybe the big Everton defender had strayed into an offside position. He hadn't. Arteta picks him out here. Good delivery. Tidy finish, but really poor marking by this Manchester City defence. Look at the space he gets inside the 6-yard box. Shouldn't happen.
Well, he certainly had a blistering start to the season in front of goal, and that is first since October. But it's potentially a very vital one.
He hasn't done a better bit of business than Davy Moyes than Julian Lescott. I mean, really has been a terrific signing since joining from Wolves. Centre of defence and slotting at left back as well. An excellent player.
Excellent player, already rewarded with England honours this season. And certainly Everton had manufactured most of the way a threat on goal early on here, and Sven's side have to respond. Only one game when they conceded the first goal this season, that at home to Newcastle.
Well, they've been a better side first half, there's absolutely no doubt about that. I mean, Tim Howard has had absolutely nothing to do in that Everton goal, because they're attacking players, it's just not happening for them. Castillo can't get into the game. Vassell, Alana, who you normally see on the ball, threading lovely passes through, can't get into it. Petrov on the left hand side, can't remember anything like a decent cross coming into the Everton box from him.
This is Vassell. City try and respond. Neville will be penalised.
Well, maybe an opportunity for City to do something now. Push Richard forward. Dunn gets his head to a lot of these. Will he flight this into the box and we'll have a go from here? More than capable, Alana. Seen him with some glorious strikes this season.
The game I mentioned a moment ago against Newcastle was really one to remember. All eyes on the Brazilian. Will Tim Howard be tested here? Ilano got a deflection, and Tim Howard was at least worried for the first time.
Well, I don't think Tim Howard thought there was a problem until this deflection. It gets him scrambling across his goal. A little bit worried about this one.
Just to clip the head of Victor Anichebe there, but City have a corner. Delivery, and it's scooted right across. Richards and Anua both close to getting on the end of it.
That's a great ball, and you think Anua's just getting above Valenti here, maybe getting his head to it. Bit of jostling in the box here, but it's a terrific ball right along the 6-yard area. Just over the head of everybody. Anua just up above Valenti there. Too strong for the Everton left back.
Petrov looking to find the cross. And had a real good chance to pull the trigger first time of asking a little earlier on. He hasn't quite imposed himself on the game as we would normally see from the Bulgarian, who's made such an impact.
Well, you expect some quality crosses into the Everton box, don't you? It just hasn't happened. Although you've got to give Tony Hibbert some credit for that.
Tony Hibbert a real stalwart now. Vassell. This is Castillo. Away by Ilano. Will City be punished for that? Lee Hamann is not the most popular figure around Goodison Park anyway, but after that challenge he's getting more derision and a yellow card. Foul on Valente.
I'm just wondering if he gets a nick in the ball here. He might have been a little bit unlucky when this ball gets played forward. I think he gets a little bit of something on the ball, although he is really stretching for it. Not happy, is it? Can't believe he's getting a yellow card for that.
Well, the adopted Scouser into the book. This is McFan. Okay. Everton double their money in the 3.5 minutes that remain. Looks a man there to tidy up. But Luka in trouble. Foul by Phil Neville.
Well, I don't think it's been a terrific Everton performance, but it hasn't needed to be. Certainly deserve their 1-goal lead that they've got just now. And the better of the two sides. It certainly hasn't been a classic game. City's an attacking force, well, applied very little pressure on the Everton defenders.
But it actually scooted off Vassell in the end. But we've seen City struggle to recapture their magnificent home form when they've been on the road. They seem to have contracted a little bit of travel sickness today.
Well, if they're away from it, it'd be anything like the thing, they'd be sitting in the top four and probably stay there as well, because you say, Danny, the home form's been absolutely fantastic. Although I did see them put in a really good away performance at St James's Park when they won 2-0. Although we're talking about a Newcastle side that were, well, in some disarray at this moment in time.
Yeah, one of the crisis club. But the fortunes on the road have been pretty poor, relatively speaking. Mounted any sort of real momentum, or who knows, might be talking about a title challenge, given that they are in the Champions League positions as it is. This is Chorluka. Well, we've entered the final 2 minutes of the half, plus stoppages. One of the usual attacking punch we'd associate with Manchester City. Michael Ball getting involved. Not really enjoying his dream return, but he is a massive devotee of the Everton cause. He even had a huge crest painted on the wall of his home in Lancashire. He's had it taken down now.
The service needs to be an awful lot better than that into the strikers. Castilla and Vassell. Castilla, well, has been way off the pace. You just wonder if he can back out for the second half. Takes players time to adjust to the pace of the Premier League. But he's certainly a player with, well, a bit of a reputation. He was playing with Olympiacos, got him a big money move to Shakhtar Donetsk, but, well, hasn't worked out for him there.
Lucas seeking out Petrov in the end. Elano. Bulgarian, the Brazilian, so often the keys to opening up opposition defences. Not enjoying it too much at the moment, but maybe Chorluka can make an impression. Carsley, Everton's Makaleli, as they've tagged him, just stealing in typical style. Finishing there with Chorluka.
I think it's an attempt by Chorluka to get the ball. I don't think there's any doubt it's a free kick. Just gets it wrong.
Charlie, as he's known there, up against Lee Carsley. Something of a quiet public profile, but he is the joker in the Everton dressing room by all accounts. Just gets on and does his job very effectively indeed. This is Nedemunua. This is Ball. Petrov. Now Vassell. Well into the 1 minute of added time. And Chorluka expecting Ball to continue to help carry the fight there, and wasn't where he thought he was going to be.
Well, they've been pretty comfortable this 45 minutes. Everton not created a host of chances. Got the goal in front, deservedly so. Svengård and Eriksson have wanting words with his players, midfield players, get better service into the strikers and a bit more for the strikers.
Well, Everton have done enough in this first half. They've created two real chances and they've taken one of them thanks to Jolyon Lescott for his 6th goal of the season. Arteta's brilliant ball into the box playing a huge part in that. Joe Hart's had a few efforts to save, but Everton have not been troubled at the other end. Half-time here, it's Everton 1, Manchester City 0. So So Everton start the second half defending a one-goal advantage and hoping to add to it. And seeing the first Premier League game of the new year here at Goodison with a victory. Manchester City with work to do, but the same 11, including Castillo, back out there, trying to feed the cell there with the interesting through ball.
Comfortably defending a one-goal lead as well, Everton. I mean, I would expect to see changes sooner rather than later if City don't improve their attacking play. Castillo's been a little bit off the pace through the middle, not surprising. Players come in the Premier League always find it difficult. Of course, you'll get Bianchi on the bench and Stephen Ireland as well, so he's got options.
Castillo does have a history of falling out with his managers, certainly did at Shakhtar Donetsk with Mircea Lucescu. Sven-Göran Eriksson hopeful and confident that he can get the best out of him during this loan spell. This is Tim Cahill. Michael Richards able to defend the situation up against Victor Anichebe once more. Has to be said, although City struggled to test Tim Howard in any way, shape or form, it wasn't as though Everton were creating a barrage of opportunities. There was a spell where they reached a crescendo and forced Joe Hart to come to the rescue. Tim Cahill missing an open goal on the follow-up. That and the goal, pretty much the sum total. This is Vassell. Wants to get away from Neville. Put forward by Lescott. That's Anua. And now Haman into Castillo. Will he come out on top on this occasion? He will. What's he going to produce? Elano. He's got Petrov wide left. A rare opportunity for him to put a telling cross in, but Hibbert able to divert it behind.
Man, he gets into a great position to put the cross in as well. And 4 City players inside that Everton penalty box. It was good defending by Hibbert to stop the cross coming in. Could have been a real danger for Everton there.
Can we see out this set piece, Everton? Avoided Chorluka's head. It was Carsley who completed the job for Everton. It's all about what Manchester City's response is here. And the questions were how this array of new signings would cope with the grit of the English Premier League and through the winter. These sorts of games on their travels in December, January, February. 8 away games without a win prior to the one at Newcastle. But it's almost normal service resumed so far today on the road. This is Elano. There's the cross, it's Vassell rising to it.
And he gets a little nick on it as well, Vassell. He can't guide it towards Tim Howard's goal. It's a good ball in. Never had many options, Elano.
Elano in there again. So we better start, just a little bit of urgency you sense in City's play, but as yet nothing in the way of a real opportunity on goal. Petrov. This is ball. Hibbert again doing his job well up against Martin Petrov. It's been a confrontation where the Brighton-born fullback has come out on top so far.
They do make life difficult for you, Everton. Davy Moyes, a demanding manager, make sure that first and foremost his players work hard and they're not getting the ball. Certainly doing that today make life difficult for Manchester City.
Carsley driving in somewhat in the view of the referee. Pedram Luca still on the deck.
I think he's in a little bit of pain. His cards to get the booking for that. Yeah, if you get a whack in the shin, which I think's happened to Luca, it can be pretty painful. And he boots him right in the shin there. I mean, he gets his timing all wrong. So Luca's suffering a bit now. He's boot up, showing his studs.
Vaughan. Phil Neville and each will be making the run. He's just made it a fraction early, offside.
I thought he timed that run well. I'm not so sure whether it was an offside.
Certainly did seem to hold it for a moment or two before the pass came. And here's Fernandez. Quarter of an hour to go. Ilano's ball in again. Doesn't create any real danger, and Vaughan, although Richards is showing great pace to get back and help out. Arteta. Neuer in control here.
Well, they're just looking for that little ball in behind the Neuer or Richards. The two of them have got an awful lot of pace. I know Nietzsche's quick, but we need to be seriously quick. And there's the offside here, and Nietzsche just timing his run. Well, I'm not so sure. I think the assistant referee might have just got that wrong.
It's a battle of the speed merchants. The Everton attack against the City defence. Yankee conceding a free kick there, involved with Jagielka. Richard certainly stands out with his pace at the back for City, but Anua certainly can shift, as can Richard Dunn. Cahill up. This is ball for City. Petrov, cute one into Michael Ball. Arteta couldn't deal with it convincingly. City maybe with an opportunity here. It's Richards now to Ireland. Comfortably defended in the end by Nuno Valente.
Yeah, well defended as well. Nice play by Ireland, and Richards trying to find a little opening there. But plenty of City pressure, but plenty good Everton defending.
And there's going to be a test here from a Richards long throw by the look of it. And Bianchi will be penalised. He has made the quote, Bianchi, that he feels a bit like an alien at times, especially when it comes to visiting the bar and not taking a drink, but Sven has given him an opportunity here, although there is some debate as to whether he may be departing in the transfer window to allow another striker to make his way in. City stoked the fire here that they got up a few moments ago. Well, an outbreak here between Petrov and Anichebe, a flashpoint quickly calmed by Mark Hulsey.
I think they both do well, both players, to calm down, because it looked as if there was a fist might fly there at one stage. You know, Matt Hulsey, I don't think he'll any yellow card. Yeah, he deals with that. He deals with that well. Just a little bit of barging, a little bit of pushing. Both kept their heads at the end, thankfully.
Handbag fight at the OK Corral in the end. Vaughan was up there. Well, the linesman's flag has come apart. Mr. Keane on this near side, still able to make his decision, but in urgent need of a replacement here.
His ball knocks it off one here, and then he's waving, but look above you, there's no flag there.
And Patrick Keane fully equipped for the final 10 minutes. Well, Arteta free kick in this position is always dangerous. And Vaughan will get up, and Hart will hold on. And they're enjoying it, those two, aren't they? Hart and Ichibi. Good to see. Spirit between them. This is Richards. Now Ireland. They're able to make a challenge. Now sitting pretty. Able to find Valente. This is Arteta. Can they kill the game, Everton? That's the quest they're on at the moment. Well, for no encouragement to Manchester City, David Moyes' team, they've been remarkably resolute in this second half. Final throw by Mikel Arteta.
Not something you see that often nowadays, is it? Foul throws. There we go. Well, don't often pull them up for that, do they?
Michael Ball. Clock ticking down on City's ambitions, although they did get an injury time equaliser here last season. This is Chorluka. Cut out by Jagielka. You have to say that Everton have defended tremendously well. And they were able to guide that one back to the safety of Joe Hart.
Yeah, 10 Everton players inside the penalty box there, and Chorluka's trying to get that ball into the danger area.
Well, City come back again. Ball playing it towards Bianchi. Lescott certain. Jagielka away. Chorluka's ball. The ball couldn't make anything of it.
It's a poor pass from Chorluka, although he's an excellent player. He really has been a marvellous bit of business with Sven Goran Eriksson. Versatile player, play at the back, play in the middle of the park. Does both jobs well.
£8 million they splashed in the Croatian. Done finding Richards. One chance. Maybe enough for City to salvage this match. Milano. And Petrov. I think it's one of those two who's likely to fashion it. Petrov again. Hibbert getting the block in, not for the first time this afternoon, you have to say.
I think it's been terrific for Everton today, Tony Hibbert. When he has a real threat, Petrov, when he gets into these positions, he's got a wonderful left foot, great delivery, but time and time again, Hibbert's got the block in, stopping the cross coming in, and an excellent match.
A frustrating afternoon for Martin Petrov and for City in this second half. Here's Neville. Arno and Neville in the battle. Cahill adding weight of numbers for Everton. This is Anichebe. Cahill. Gelson Fernandez and from Chorluka, and it's the Swiss international that's penalised there.
Yeah, I think there's a little tug there in Arteta's jersey. It's a chance for the Spaniard to a good delivery into the box once again.
Well, Lescott is taking the opportunity to make the trot forward here. He had thought about staying back, but he will go in there, hunting a second goal for himself. Arteta's ball in, Cahill rising. And so often that would end up in the back of the net, but not this time.
Well, his timing's so good, Cahill. Great when you get balls like this into the box. Terrific ball in. It's a good leap. Creates a bit of space for himself, Cahill. Just can't get the direction on the header. Plenty of power.
He's on a hot streak in the Premier League. 3 in his last 3 games. 3 of the 9 goals he's scored this campaign. This is Valente. Carsley. And into the final 5 minutes. And still a slender margin by which Everton lead. A chance to add to it there, foul by Vaughan on Dunn. A battle which has resulted in 1 or 2 interventions from the referee.
I think Dunn's fortunate to get the free kick there. I mean, Vaughan's battled for absolutely everything since he's come on this pitch and unsettled these defenders at times.
And certainly City haven't had the same momentum since Vaughan has been on the field. Noah's header more up than on. Anichebe, now Arteta. Ireland able to steal in, loose from Valente. This is Fernandez. 5 City players ahead of him. There's Petrov, he's got ball outside him. Ball's cross. It'll falter. Not quite into the path of Petrov. Richards. Ireland. Defended by Jagielka. Well, he's been there so often.
Well, I think they've defended the penalty box brilliantly throughout this match, Everton, particularly second half. And City have been the more dominant of the 2 sides.
And still, because of that resolute display by Everton, Tim Howard hasn't had to make a save. Will that change? Chorluka. Lescott rising this time. Cahill underneath the second ball. Carsley. No nonsense, but it might be better than that. Anichebe and Anua in the battle there. Anichebe wasn't willing to give it up in any way, shape or form.
Well, Anichebe's quick, but I don't think there's many defenders in the Premier League at more pace than Anua.
Well, he could have been a sprinter if he'd wanted to. Had the choice between that, playing football, or becoming an accountant. Well, a tense 2 minutes plus stoppages it is sure to be. City only need 1 chance. Everton doing their utmost not to allow them one. Michael Ball. And Richard Dunn, the other former Evertonian in this City lineup. Everton able to enjoy their return. That's a good header by Bianchi onto Ireland. Valente for company. Almost worked its way through to Bianchi. Fernandez. Chorluka. This is Ball. And she goes towards Fernandez, and Valente with a timely header. Another wave of City pressure. Ireland. Into Dunn. Petrov. Over the top. Ireland coming in at the back post, but it was Arteta who won it.
I just have to be behind the ball now for Everton, just holding on to what they've got.
Everton plotting a change, but still under pressure here. It's a good challenge by Valente on Luka. And Richard Dunn's errant touch allows Everton to breathe a bit of a sigh of relief and get Leighton Baines on the field. He made his comeback last week against Oldham after an ankle problem. And Anichebe, who's
please show your appreciation
played his part, is going to come off.
Victor's replacement is number 3, Leighton Baines.
Well, can Everton see it through in the 3 minutes of stoppage time? That's the nature of the change. Leighton Baines, a defender, on for the striker Anichebe.
Yeah, just an extra body in the middle of the park, just play with a one-up front now. We've got a couple of minutes to hold on to this lead. Well, there's 3 points, deserved 3 points in my opinion. There's been a huge improvement in Manchester City's second half performance, but at the same time, I think you've mentioned several occasions this have, Daniel, Tim Howard just not in trouble. I think defensively Everton have been so well organised and hard working, the team in general really hard working. This is a big result for them. You know, obviously doubt in David Moyes' mind when you lose players to the African Cup of Nations, but his squad have proved that they can get results with those players away. Well, they've still got a bit of work to do.
Baines' first involvement, they concede a throw in. This is Vaughan. Can he shrug off Anua? Well, he's managed to get hold of possession, but 2 against 1. And Richard Dunn still faces a battle to see that out.
Well, it's not often you see that, do you? Centre forwards knocking defenders about, but that's just what James Vaughan has done since he came on. He's chased absolutely everything and really unsettled these City defenders.
There's an argument for saying that his introduction turned the game away from City to some extent. They really had a huge head of steam mounted up, and then he came on.
Well, I think it's been a good substitution. I don't think there's any doubt about that, because City were in the ascendancy, just lots of possession, and you felt there was going to be a goal coming, but one come on and changed things.
Petrov to drill it, and that is a test for Tim Howard, and he certainly passed it.
Well, had very little to do, next to nothing to do all game, but this is good handling. When he strikes this well, Petrov, maybe better wasn't across the face of the 6-yard box, tries for goal, keeper up to it.
We're into the final 30 seconds, but it was in this period of the game in the same fixture last season that Michael Richards struck to make it 1-1. Well, there may be one more Manchester City opening. Deafening whistles around Goodison Park, and the one they do want from Mark Halsey still some way away. Hibbert again, winning the battle with Petrov. Outstanding display from him.
Well, many times have we said that today. It really has been terrific in that full-back spot, Hibbert.
They'll sing their team through. Up goes Jagielka, it drops for Elano. And Howard comes, Ireland. Can they see it out, Everton? Gelson Fernandes back in there, and Bianchi. And Howard holds on, and that may be the last chance for City to salvage anything.
Well, there's no pace in the ball when it comes on to the head of Bianchi here. He can't get really any power in it at all. Made it pretty easy for Tim Howard.
Well, Everton acclaim a victory which could be of huge significance in the race for Champions League football next season. David Moyes' clenched fist, Jolyon Lescott got the goal and then led a superb rearguard action by Everton in the second half to hold on to that lead. A huge win for Everton. It finishes Everton 1, Manchester City 0. Well, Sven, particularly in the second half, I would think that was a pretty frustrating afternoon for you, wasn't it?
It was frustrating because we lost, first of all, which is bad, of course. But even more frustrating was how we played football the first 40 minutes. I think we started to kick it long and try to win second balls, and we shouldn't do that because we are not good at that. We're not brave enough to try to play from behind, and when we finally got the ball, we gave it away too easy, unforced errors. But it got better. I think second half we played as we shall play, and maybe we didn't create chances enough to have a draw. But the positive with it is second half.
You did have a real good go, but I suppose it's disappointing Tim Howard didn't really have a save to make till probably stoppage time.
No, as I said, we didn't create chances enough to have the draw, unfortunately.
It means there's a right old fight now at the moment for this fourth place, if that is in your sights. Is that your main objective at the moment, or you're not looking at that?
Well, of course we're looking at that if we can, but we have to play better football than we did first half today if we want to think about that. Yeah, we're going to go on fighting for the as high as possible in the table.
And can we expect some new reinforcements before this transfer window closes to help you in that?
I hope so.
Well, David, how satisfying is that victory today?
That was a great result for us because we were short today, missing the boys in the African nations. Leon Osman, Andy Johnson get injured in training yesterday, didn't make it a fitness test this morning. So we were quite depleted, so I've got to give a big thanks to the players for their performance. They've done really well.
You did have Mikel Arteta back, and he made an impact making the goal for Jolyon Lescott. Nice to have him back on the score sheet as well.
Yeah, nice to have him back. He's an important player for us, and we've missed him on several games recently. But hopefully that's him back now, and going to make a big impact between now and the end of the season.
In that second half, was it almost an exhibition of how to defend a penalty box? Because City mounted a lot of pressure without making a chance.
Yeah, I've got to say, Man City played very well with the ball. They kept the ball, and we found it difficult. But we always were aware of that today. We were missing quite a few of our flair players for us to keep the ball better. So we had to try and win the games other ways. That's what football's about, and we got a result in the end.
And it looks like it's created a hell of a battle for that fourth place. There are so many teams locked in a very small space, level on points. How do you see that battle panning out?
I think it'll be a battle for the top 8 places. I don't think it'll be 4. I think the teams below, the sort of 4 bigger sides, are all going to find it hard. And I've said many times, to finish in the top 10 in the Premier League this season is going to be difficult. There's a lot of competition, a lot of money being spent around that part of the division to try and get some success.
A cracking result for David Moyes and Everton, 1-0 over Manchester City.